Hi grade 10, it's Miss OD here. This is just a quick podcast to show you how to use sliders with the trig function so we can investigate the sine curve. The first thing we need is 4 sliders called A, B, C, D, so we'll call them that by default. Go to your slider button at the top here and just click somewhere on your screen. Just choose apply, keep everything as defaults to begin with, and we'll fix one of them later on. Good idea to keep your sliders just in the corner somewhere, just so it doesn't interfere with the rest of the graph when we move it around later on. Okay, so there are your 4 sliders. The next thing is to put in the most general sine curve. So we put that in our input bar. Most of you will have it down the bottom, some will have it up the top. We're going to type in y equals a times sine bracket b times, and remember we use the asterisk, the little star for times, x, now this is important, degrees plus d, outside of brackets, plus c, and press enter. We see we get something here. It doesn't really look like a sine curve, it doesn't look like the one we drew. That's okay, we just need to fix some of the things on our screen. The first thing I would suggest is fix your axes. So right click on them, you'll get the arrow, and we don't want that. So if we right click on the axes and go down to graphics. Okay, we want our axes to go from minus 360 to 360 because these are angles, so we want these to be quite big. We want our y's to go, let's say, from minus 5 to 5. The other thing we want to do is, if we go to the x-axis, we want to change this and just click on that. Let's have this to be 30. That means that every 30 degrees it'll show on the x-axis, and that just makes it easier to read, and I think that's all we need. And you can see now at least it looks a bit more like a sine curve. You might want to change some of these so it looks like the original y equals sine x. Keep the a as 1, keep the b as 1, and then change the c, change that to 0 just to start with, and we'll change the d to 0 to start with. There's one last thing we need to change. That is, go to your D slider, right click, choose Object Properties, and let's change this to minus 90 to 90 because that's going to be an angle, and change the increment to 15. Okay, and then if you just quickly check that each of you're ready to do the investigation. So remember, keep your A starting at 1. Whoops. Keep your B starting at 1. And have your C and your D to start at 0. And then you can do the investigation from there. Okay, good luck. Bye.